We will never stop being puppets, no matter what happens.
Will Africa ever break free from colonial influence? For years, leaders from the Sahel region have been uniting their efforts to challenge French dominance and liberate their countries from colonial influence. Prominent figures like Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso and his allies from the Sahel region have openly criticized Western exploitation of Africa's resources, earning themselves the title of Pan-Africanists. While their resistance against French influence has been celebrated, it has also opened the door for a new foreign player, Russia. Many Sahel countries have embraced Russia as a partner in their struggles for sovereignty. Leaders like Traore have invited Russia to participate in their liberation efforts, but critics argue that this is merely replacing one foreign influence, that is France, with another, that is Russia.
Fin du grand défilé naval. Vive la marine!
Despite claiming independence from foreign control, some question the authenticity of Russia's intentions in Africa. Is Russia genuinely invested in supporting African sovereignty, or does it have its own agenda? This video delves into Russia's growing role in the Sahel region, examining whether its involvement truly aligns with the goals of African liberation. It also explores why leaders like Ibrahim Traoré must be ready and tread carefully in their partnerships with Vladimir Putin to avoid unintended consequences.
Remember now, CIA is not with the current regime.
Yeah.
They are not with the current regime. The MI-15 is MI5. They're also not with the current regime. They have shifted. And because they want to make Kenya an ally, they will not want to have a president who is not an ally.
And that brings me to that topic that I was really burning to ask you. Today, the inauguration of Donald Trump is happening in the US. And one of the people that, presidents that people waited to see attending the inauguration was President William Ruto. You saw when he went to the US around September, the reception he received. Through him, Kenya was labeled and then a NATO ally. Why do you think that the president is no longer being considered that?
These are two regimes. This is the Joe Biden regime. They had their policies, and their policies was to fight nations through Kenya. They also wanted to have a camp, a military camp. In the case of Third World War, they have that. Is it Marsabit or Garissa?
I think it's Garissa huko Marsabit.
Huko wamefungua kiwanja ya ndege ya military. In case kutakuwa na World War, where they will fight from Kenya. And now Trump will be forced to work with Ruto, and they will not want. What they will do specifically, because you are not in good books with our boss, we remove you so that you can bring somebody who our boss will work with, because we have to work with Kenya.
You want to say that at the moment, President Ruto is no longer being favored by the US government?
It's no longer needed by any nation anywhere in the world. Because remember, at that some time he became like a Pan-Africanist. He was speaking tough. He was talking, just giving statement, powerful statement about how we were not going to be lectured. 1 minute later, he goes to America. He becomes a sycophant. 1 minute later, he goes to Macron. He's with Macron, pleading with Macron. 1 minute later, he's here. 1 minute later, the nationalist, the Pan-Africanist. That is why you saw in Ghana they revered him as. Tell me.
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything?
No.
He was a village boy. They called him a village boy. Why would somebody call a village and he's not a person munachekanga na eh?
And you feel maybe.
And look at where he was seated. Did you look where he was seated?
Yeah.
Was it a presidential place?
Not really. He was just seated among commoners, I think.
Yeah, he was seated among commoners because they never regarded him. He was a threat to them before when he was rising up to become a Pan-Africanist. But when they discovered who he is, they just dismissed him.
And I would want to ask this. Do you feel in Africa we have really real Pan-Africanist leaders?
The three young men, the Traore and the rest, they will cause the spirit of Pan-Africanism to come. Yes.
And do you feel they are genuine? Are they really genuine?
They are not themselves, but they will be the spirit in them will cause a turmoil, will cause a change, will cause a vibration. Yes. And
I've been watching how Traore handles things in Burkina Faso and how, you know, the reception he has received across the world. He's actually been labeled as the Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso at the moment.
Yes.
Do you feel he is, you know, eligible, you know, to face off all these leaders from the West who have been trying to, you know, exploit Africa?
They will treat him as a deviant boy who is trying to undress them, who is trying to make them look naked. So for the leaders of Africa, they will not like him. And they read like Macron of France, of course, he doesn't want to see him because that is a colony of France which has gone. But when they move, they shift to the BRICS because they are part of the BRIC. They will be heroes, they will be propped, they will be protected, and they will be propelled to the points of supremacy because they will be used, amongst others, to remove anything that is France, UK, or America from Africa. And the next door the Russians are looking at is a Kenyan door.
Okay. If at all these men are Pan-Africanists, I believe a true Pan-Africanist is a person who stands by the, you know, the culture and the rights of Africans. They shouldn't associate themselves with anything that is foreign. And here we have Traore and other leaders, you know, are trying to align themselves with Russia. Russia is a foreign country and it is a powerful country. Are they really being genuine Pan-Africanists?
No, what I said, himself is not genuine a Pan-Africanist, but an agenda has been created around him to appear like one, to remove America and European nations from Africa, that are pro-America, pro-America, who are not pro-Russia.
Okay.
Now it's like a coup d'etat to remove anybody who is pro-America.
And pro-France.
And pro-France and pro-UK.
Yeah.
Then have a new team that is pro-USSR. Yeah, because it is all about the agenda USSR had when we had the Cold War.
So at the end of the day, are we allowed to say that they are still puppets in the hands of Russia?
We will never stop being puppets, no matter what happens, because the economy that we are in, not until we are able to free ourselves from the jungles of that kind of an economy, we don't have a position to say that we are capable of moving it alone. Because even what this guy is doing in Traore, he's still using foreign donors, foreign money from Russia to change the economy. So Russia is paying debts. Russia is paying anything that is owed to you in America, in China, in any other country. So he's paying for your debt. So what? He's paying for your debt, then you get into his debt.
Eventually you have to repay.
You have to repay because there's nothing for free. Why would he support you? Why do you think you want to work for him? It's because there is something he's getting out of it. They want to remove the influence of IMF, the influence of World Bank, the influence of what we call the multinationals who are from the West. It is a continuation of where USSR was left the job. And because now Putin has stretched his muscles is able to support. And when you remove all these presidents, like now if you remove, Kenya, you remove Ruto, you go somewhere, you remove somebody else, Tanzania, you do that, then you have your own sycophants in the name of people supporting the Russian policy. And that's why you have the BRICS. We have Akina Ramaphosa. You have people, Uganda has gone also, because Museveni has seen there is danger coming. If Chagulani is funded by the Russia, he will be able to bring him down. So he decided to take himself there and stop Chagulani from becoming an ally of Russia. Yes. And
eventually, the way we look at these things, we have presidents who are still, molds planted, by other foreign countries in Africa. Apart from this Pan-Africanist that we have seen.
Every president in Africa is a plant of a foreign nation. There is no free president in Africa. None of them. None. And if there is one, show me one. There's none. All these are puppets.
Including Traore.
Including Traore. Traore was assisted. Who assisted them to overthrow the first government that had overthrown another government? Where did they get the weapons from? Where is he getting the money that he's using to change the economy, to buy tractors, to buy lorries, to buy whatever? The money is not in their country. He's not getting it from France. He's not getting it from Europe. He's getting from Russia because he's an ally of Russia.
Hey.
You need somebody to help you to stand before you start standing. Before you start claiming that you are Pan-Africanist. From where? From where?
We have seen the likes of Paul Kagame also. He's really trying, to defend.
Yes. He has done a lot of development.
In Rwanda.
A lot of development in Rwanda. And he has done tremendously well. But who is behind him? He's being supported by Russia. He's being supported by Belgium, being supported by other countries. He's still loyal to some countries. What he did, he fought the American influence. Like now, remember, they were turning, of course this is happening, that they are doing a transfer of refugees or the asylum seekers from UK and they're taken to Rwanda. How did you reach there? Because of course there's nothing done for free. So if I'm doing this favor, you have to do my favor. Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
I'm really so scared if you could say that eventually all these Pan-Africanists might be forced to repay back.
Of course, there's nothing for free. Russia is a mercenary nation. They will support you, they will help you to win everything. At some point, they will come for you and tell you, we did this for you, we did this for you. Now, this is our, because they will not support a nation in haina minerals. Mbona wasapoti Somalia? Mbona wana haja na Somalia? Wametuma Waganda na Wakenya na Warundi wakaweka peace huko. But in DRC, ni American na German na France people who are maintaining peace there.
Wow.
They can't send their army where there's nothing they're getting out of. As long as there will be minerals in DRC, there will never be peace.
But currently you can see Traore is trying to stabilize, the economy in Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
He's building the agricultural sector. He's actually trying his best. And he even promised that he's going to have eventually there's going to be a general election eventually, and the government will no longer be led by a military government. Don't you think he's really...
Yes, as a person, when you get, whether you're supported by somebody or you are under somebody, as a person, there's a way you try to make things look good, because also your charisma is needed in transiting or making things easier and comfortable. So in a nutshell, what is happening is that as much as Traore is trying to please the world, because why is he doing all these things? He's all doing these things so that he can please the world. He can show to the world, this is what I can be able to do. So why does he want to please anybody? I will want to please you because there is something I want from you. Because if it was to work for the nation, why will he let us know that he's working for this nation? Why would he want the whole world to know that he has stabilized the economy? Why would he want people to know that he's buying tractors? Why?
Why do you think he's doing that?
Because he's doing a campaign. And whoever that does a campaign in any way, his campaign is geared towards somebody or towards something. Yes. No, what it is, every leader, when he begins his journey, is a genuine person, is a cool person, is a person without ill motives. But now look at Traore. Traore is a very good man, a very young man. Everybody wants to be like him. He has really motivated a lot of young people who will be vying for political seats because they have seen it is possible. But for Traore to become a president or to become a president for now, there's a question you need to ask yourself. How did he become? Did he personally organize and then organize a coup where they were his seniors? Because he was not the senior most. He was I hear
a captain. He's a captain.
So he's somebody small with a small battalion. So how did he manage to maneuver when kuna seniors ambao they never bothered to kill him because he has and he never bothered to kill them. You see, they never bothered to fight him.
We have, after captain, we have lieutenant generals and all the generals in the military.
Yeah, they never bothered to kill him. They submitted to him as a president. How?
Okay.
He himself, he never felt threatened by them. Are you seeing? They never feel threatened by him as a president who was a junior to them. Because you could have heard people have been taken to martial courts. Others have been killed. Others have been forced to subdue. But none of them has been touched. There's a reason behind that. So the big question here is, who could be behind the coup? Was Traore in the coup, or was he a puppet of the coup? Is there other people who are managing him? Him being fronted and being told, now this is how you'll behave today. This is tomorrow. Now we are in tomorrow. This is how you're going to behave. This is how we're going to talk. This is what you're going to do. Because it seems there is another people who are behind him, packaging him. It could be there is a campaign to win minds of African leaders and African citizens. That when you have such a person, changes will come. Who could be this one orchestrating the imaging of this young man, that he's propelled to become the true leader of Africa?
There's Thomas Sankara of our time.
Thomas Sankara of our time. Who is propelling him? Who is doing this PR? And why the PR? Always we would look at those people as dictators. Don't you think whatever that is happening now is dictatorship?
No way.
When any person is your leader in a military clothes, carrying guns, wherever he goes, that's dictatorship in its face. Whatever he is saying is followed strictly. It's final. That's dictatorship.
But perhaps he's working with all these.
You try to rise up as a politician, say this, you are silenced. The face itself demeans, causes fear,
but perhaps
is terrorizing.
I think the reason why he's always armed in his military regardless because he understands, him being Traore, he has enemies all over, especially from,
So when you know you have enemies all over, what do? You increase your security. and you intimidate whoever can be your challenger, automatically you become a security threat to yourself, to everybody, and automatically you qualify to be a dictator. Yes. Why is Ruto abducting people? Because he's preparing people for dictatorship. There will be a time that he will say, fuateni, msipofuata tunawamaliza. So dictatorship is grows gradually. As you see, he has so many enemies. Why so many enemies? Why are they coming in?
The enemies of Africa, those who want to exploit,
So for you to achieve your goals, then you must be somebody who is operating in his own world and making those who can dare oppose you be submissive to you. And when you force people to be submissive to you, you have surrendered. Umewasurrendisha.
So eventually you feel Traore is just a dictator in preparation?
No, he's already a dictator.
No way.
He's already a dictator. He's making things, announcing things, and nobody is telling him, no, sir, this cannot be done. Or no, sir, this is supposed to be done this way. What he has said is final. That is what we call a dictator. Yes. And he is speaking it from a military perspective, not a politician perspective. And the militaries, they command. They don't negotiate. It is an order. You leave it, you take it or leave it. And you disobey, you know what will happen to you. The constitution there is suspended. The constitution is, as long as there is a military officer in office, the constitution ceases automatically. They will pretend that the constitution inafanya, lakini that is PR. Army knows how to do PR. Any army or in any part of the world, they have a PR section, a PR team that does PR for you. Hata Kenya wakienda kupigana mahali, kuna madaktari watawachwa wakitibu wale waliumia, kuna chakula, ndege itaangusha machakula. They will have to make sure they have won your hearts. And winning your heart, that's automatic dictatorship. Because once I win your heart, I control it.
You mean there isn't any worthy person who can challenge
right now
the likes of Traore, the likes of Kagame?
You cannot. Look at Kagame, what he has done. Kagame is liked by everybody in Rwanda. Whoever that has tried to challenge Kagame, where are they? Are they alive? They all died, including the lady that died just the other day.
Is it genuine love or are they being forced to submit?
No. There is this point now I want to come to, that a godly leadership is dictatorial. Because God himself is a dictator. We don't negotiate with God. He tells you, follow me or or you are destroyed. Follow me or you'll be banned. That is what we call autocracy. But when you come to democracy, democracy is a democracy. It is Luciferic agenda. That is why they allow. I'm your pastor, but when you come with your gay partner here, useme I want to unishikanishe, nikikataa utanipeleka kotini kwa sababu churches are registered under society. So you are entitled for the services of a man of God because he is serving under a certificate that is of a society certificate. So that is what we call democracy. That's demonic, demonic life. But when you look at the Arabian countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, where there is no democracy at all, their countries are stable and they are rich. Remember those countries who wako kwa desert. Kuwait is in the desert. Saudi Arabia is in the desert. But they are richer than us who are in the democracy. Any country like the country of Kagame, hakuna maswali mingi. He makes decision. And that is how Africa is supposed to be led.
By dictators?
Not dictator. Inaitangwa kingly authority from God. That's a kingly authority from God. Not men making decisions, but God making a decision. And decisions are not questionable. As long as they are good for the society. Whatever Kagame is doing, he may be stealing, but nobody can complain. Because right now they have the best airport, right now they have the best conference facility, right now they have the best roads, right now they have the best city, right now they have everything good because it is a vision. Ruto now, he can't give us his vision. Because when you go wakienda kuongea kidogo tunataka tutengeneze barabara hivi na hivi na hivi, atakwambia mtaanza kumwambia opinion. Watu waende kwa mashinani waulize maswali. Niende bunge ipitishwe. You do that, there's no development in your country. You can never achieve anything. Those countries kama Tanzania is a dictatorial nation in a democratic outfit. You don't say anything kwa sababu chama cha mapinduzi CCM ndio usema. You can't say. Enda ulize Lisu. Eto nani? Tundurusu. Muulize atapiga mdomo, atapiga makelele, but nothing. You cannot be able to make. Yule mtu alikuwa amekaribia ni huyu Masai. But he won, but he was Luwasa. Alishinda lakini akanyang'anywa life. And he could do nothing. Akaenda kutafuta TB Joshua kuje wafanye maombi tididwa, akakambiwa sasa the constitution ya Kenya haikubalishi chama ambacho kimeletwa na wazungu kikaweze kutawala nchi, maana tuna misimamo na misingi ya kitaifa. Sasa Kenya hatuna misingi, hatuna misimamo, hatuna misingi ya kitaifa. Hatuna. That is why anybody who come and abuse. Enda Tanzania muweke picha ya Mama Samia kwa sanduku. You see what will happen to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Na hiyo ndio to make African become stable and better. That's a kind of leadership. Tuachane na leadership ya wazungu. We stop the democracy from the Western countries and America and build our own leadership the way it was before the white men came. That is what will make Africa grow. For Traore, I'm his best follower because he is doing what God could have wanted us to be. The rest of them, the other one is from
Chad.
From Chad, and the other one
we have Niger.
Niger.
Yeah.
Those guys, if God can use them perfectly, they stick to the plans of God and they lead the country according to God. Some dictatorship is godly. Not even some. The whole of it is godly. Then when we are told this is the way forward and nobody comes to bring his own opinion, that is what we need. That is what we need Kenya. Yes. That's a kind of a president we need in Kenya who is not elected on democratic grounds, but put there because of God's will.
But we say that Ruto is in the presidency, it was God's choice. No,
who said? There are people.
Prophet said.
Yeah, not prophet said. They are the people who used to go and receive the brown envelopes.
They even prophesied that Ruto is God's will. He will be used by God to propel Kenya.
Don't you think he has been used by God? More especially for the Kikuyus. He has brought Kikuyu together. Kikuyus are more united than ever. We have never been united like this time. Now we are crying Gachagua. Anybody trying to oppose Gachagua is wrapped up because we have been united. It's a godsend. Yes.
Now, Apostle, finishing up with this question, and it all goes to what you said before we crossed over the new year. You have released your own prophecy, and we can see Year of Jubilee 2025. That is the word of the year for this.
From this altar.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the word for you never gave us the full details of whatever you prophesied about last year concerning this coming year for the country.
I did. It's only that you are not there. I said so many things about the coming and the kind of politics we're going to experience. And the challenges that this country is going to face. And also I spoke about the Trump issues, what is happening. Also God repeated to us about the fires in California and the beginning of the fall of America. We spoke about it. And also the Russia gaining ground against the American dollar. You see, they have started their coin, which is going to be a bit stronger than the dollar. And we spoke about the Kenyan politics, the fabric itself. We spoke about their people. There will be some assassinations will be there. We also talk about the abducting. And eventually I said, I ordered, when I was reading, I ordered Ruto to release those guys in 12 hours, which he did. Because when you are truly man of God, you operate from the spirit. And you see things from the spiritual angle.
Yeah.
So you have a power above the people operating from the physical. Therefore, Kenya will be on the radar. And there will be some, I said about there will be some attempted coups. There will be attempted coups.
In Kenya?
Yeah. There will be
two.
Tuseme tu, kutakuwa attempted coups, not one.
In Kenya?
Yes. And see in Kenya, hapa Kenya.
Here.
Yes. And the popularity and Ruto's, what we call the Ruto's agenda, will disintegrate, itaenda ikiporomoka very fast. Anything anajaribu kuziba itakuwa inabunguka. Kifunga hii inabomoka, kifunga hii kinabomoka. Aggressions, people watainuka. Challenges, a lot of challenges will start up, and it's like anything he will speak from his mouth will lead to a rejection. Assassinations zimeanza kama vile nikwambia, sio kuna kijana Molo alikuwa assassinated. I hear they say he's one of the people ambao walichoma kwa Kimani.
Yeah.
So you can see, you can relate. I don't want to relate it, but the guess is as good as yours. And so many other things. Next time I'll tell you. When I have a book where I wrote them. I don't want to say something then I find I didn't quote it right in the right context.
Wow, that was our time with Apostle Ndura Waruingi. Perhaps how can people reach out to you if they want to come fellowship in the church?
We normally have one-on-one meetings from Monday to Saturday. That is at Coffee Plaza. Coffee Plaza is right opposite where we have Ise coach buses or Ena coach buses or North Rift minibuses. That is where we have a railway lane off Herislash Avenue. Coffee Plaza, we are housed in mezzanine floor. My numbers are 0722 239 555. I think my boss here is going to put them for you to see. There are two numbers, 0112 935 035. You can call it anytime. I'm here for you. I meet people one-on-one. We come have services on Sunday. Come and enjoy your service. We are also in Bethel Clouds TV. That's our YouTube page, Bethel Clouds TV. You can watch us from there. And for those who are Kikuyus, we have Thingira Wadora TV. Those are our channels. You can subscribe, like, and also share. I love you guys. And also I would want to ask you, because I've seen so many people, when I touch some personalities, munaamukanga kama mumeguswa. These things I just speak. It's my opinion. I don't say that you're going to die tomorrow. If I say you're going to die tomorrow, it is not a must that you're going to die. Don't shout at me. Don't put me down. Share your opinion. If something I said is not right, wacha kunipiga. We andika tu hapo. Andika hii kitu inafaa kuwa hivi. Nisaidie pia mimi kujua. Nakupenda. Mimi ndio pia nawapatianga mawaidha mujue. Na nimkienda hiyo mawaidha ni kama misleading, na mimi nisaidie. Ni correct tu with a lot of peace. I love peace. I'm a pastor, apostle. Na siku moja utakuja nikuombea tu. Wewe endelea kuongea maneno mbaya na utakuja.